Nearly 23 million Americans who had COVID now have long COVID. This means they have COVID-related symptoms more than 3 months after recovering from COVID-19.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sign1News. I'm Sign1News anchor Christopher D. Johnson. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. For a man who is making history as the first former president to be arraigned on federal charges, Donald Trump said he felt great and waved at supporters as he headed to a Miami courtroom to face 37 counts associated with allegedly retaining classified documents after leaving office and then refusing to return them. Outside the courtroom, hundreds of supporters and protesters gathered, both waving flags. The supporters' flags said, "Trump 2024 for president." The protesters' flags said, "Trump 20 to 24 years in prison." Cameras are not allowed in federal courts, so images are provided by courtroom sketch artists. Reporters in the courtroom say during the hearing, Trump sat hunched over with his arms crossed and a scowl on his face. He did not speak. But when the judge asked Trump's lawyer how he was pleading to the charges, he said, "We most certainly enter a plea of not guilty." Trump's lawyers also asked for a jury trial, but that won't happen anytime soon. Legal experts say the pretrial hearings alone could drag out, potentially until after the 2024 election. Pennsylvania authorities tell CNN a body was discovered in the wreckage from the Interstate 95 Bridge Collapse. Police say a section of I95 collapsed Sunday, caused by a tanker truck after the driver lost control and crashed into a wall. The fire that broke out following the crash brought the bridge down. The Philadelphia County Medical Examiner is in the process of identifying the remains of the body found. Meanwhile, state and federal officials are working toward restoring the crumpled roadway. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro issued a disaster declaration. That will allow the state to get federal funds more quickly and help speed up the repair process. Until then, drivers in the Philadelphia area are going to have to deal with detours and bumper-to-bumper conditions for the next few months. "33-year-old mother and accused killer Corey Richens put her face in her hands during a court hearing that will determine if she can be released from jail before her trial. Prosecutors say she killed her husband Eric in March 2022 by poisoning him with fentanyl. A private investigator testified after Eric's death. He found searches on Corey's phone on how to permanently delete information from an iPhone remotely, understanding the risk of fentanyl, and how long do life insurance companies take to pay. Richen's attorney argued none of the evidence tied her client to a crime. But after the hearing, the judge ordered Richens held without bail, saying she is a substantial risk to herself and the community. There was a big announcement about one of America's favorite game shows. Longtime Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak tweeted he is stepping down as host when the 41st season of the show ends. The new season kicks off in September. Sajak is 76 years old. He began hosting the popular game show in 1981, first in daytime and then at night in 1983. Sajak wrote, quote, "It's been a wonderful ride, and he'll have more to say in the coming months." But he's not stepping away entirely. An executive with Sony Pictures Television said Sajak will work as a consultant on the show for 3 years after his hosting duties end. There was also another major change announced in Hollywood. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which has handed out the Golden Globes Awards for 80 years, is no more. It shut down. The HFPA sold its assets to Dick Clark Productions and Eldridge Industries. The HFPA was initially formed in 1943 and became a major fixture in Hollywood in the 1990s. But 2 years ago, many in Hollywood criticized the group for its lack of diversity and how it handled its award show. The sale to Dick Clark Productions and Eldridge Industries will move the HFPA from nonprofit status to for-profit. The new owners reportedly will establish the Golden Globe Foundation so it can continue the group's charity work. The 81st Golden Globe ceremony is scheduled for January 7th, 2024. A new study shows obesity damages the brain in such a way that it keeps obese people eating more. Here's a breakdown of the study. Researchers took 30 obese people and 30 people of normal weight and fed them fats and sugars using feeding tubes. The feeding tube was used to eliminate the influence of taste and smell. Then, using an MRI, researchers looked at the test subjects' brain signals. They discovered that people of normal weight showed brain activity indicating the person felt full, including in the brain's reward centers. The obese people did not show the same activity, indicating their brains did not think they were full or satisfied. But here's a surprising discovery. Even after the obese people lost 10% of their body weight, their brain's response did not change. That indicates once the brain has adapted to obesity, it may not return to normal even after someone loses weight. And that could make it much more likely they will gain the weight back. Interesting. If you want to check out the study, it's published in the journal Nature Metabolism. This last story is so weird. Police in Las Vegas responded to a call about an unidentified green object falling from the sky and reports of a non-human 9-foot creature spotted in the backyard where the object fell. Officers searched the neighborhood and spoke to residents but found nothing. This video and audio was captured from the officers' body cameras. Check it out.
I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. These people say there's aliens in their backyard.
It was like a big creature. Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too. I'm kind of curious.
Just the fact that our partner saw something at the same exact time.
Sounds crazy, but you never know.
If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
The case was eventually closed as unfounded, but clearly the responding officers were a bit rattled too. Wow. And that's it for today. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. But if you prefer to watch on a television, laptop, or iPad, you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Take care.